In his address to the nation last night, President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that South Africa had secured 20 million COVID-19 vaccine doses. Gig technology company M4Jam recently surveyed 3,000 of its jobbers about their feelings on the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines in the country. An overwhelming majority of respondents felt that the worst is yet to come, rather than the arrival of vaccines being a cure-all. Well, let's speak more about this survey and its results. The CEO of M4Jam is Georgie Midgley. Georgie, good evening and thank you for your time. Firstly, let's just talk about some of the limitations of the survey. What exactly were you asking people?
So this was just a pulse survey. So we have got about 750,000 registered jobbers on our platform, and we just put out questions to them since the beginning of COVID-19, everything around cigarettes and alcohol bans and how they're coping and, their general lifestyle. And this was just another question. We wanted to get an idea of how our independent contractors or jobbers were feeling. And most of our jobbers are based nationally, but they are more outlying areas, not so much in your city centers. And we're finding, majority are younger than, let's say, 34. About 85% of the respondents are your younger generation. They're the ones who are more easily, can use a smartphone more easily, let's say. And they've got a household income of, let's say, 13,000 Rand or less. So that is generally who we survey to get an understanding of how they're feeling about certain topics.
When it comes to the issue of vaccines in particular, what were you asking them?
So our first protocol was to understand how they're feeling at the moment. And like you've already said, most of them feel that the worst is still to come, which was quite sad given that we've gone into our second wave and they're feeling that the worst hasn't even hit us yet. So we wanted to understand how they're feeling right now, how they feel that the hospitals are coping, and then more around the vaccine. Do you want to have the vaccine? How do you think it's going to work? And what are your thoughts and feelings around being tested and getting the COVID-19 virus?
Well, there has been a great deal of anti-vaccine sentiment being expressed, and it has been shown in other research as well. What were the respondents saying to you? Are people saying that they're going to get vaccinated for COVID-19?
We did find the results very surprising. Only 32% of the respondents said that they would get the vaccine. Only 10% were anti the vaccine completely. And 58% said they're going to wait and see if this vaccine, they want others to get the vaccine before they even consider getting it. So let's just say nearly 2/3 of South Africans are on the fence about the vaccine, which is quite surprising and in line with what the president was saying last night.
They're on the fence for multiple reasons, and you've been able to get to the bottom of some of those.
Yes, so a lot of them, it's because the drug is new. They don't understand the side effects, with 68% saying they don't understand what this drug is about. And when it's tried and tested, then they will look at getting the vaccine. An overwhelming majority, 50%, said they didn't trust the government to ensure that the vaccines were safe and effective. Surprisingly, even 29% thought that the vaccine would give them COVID. So there was just a general distrust around the vaccine. And I think a lot of it is to do with misinformation and not understanding the vaccine itself.
So by the looks of it, there's still a great deal of work that needs to be done in terms of communicating with people and helping them understand exactly what the vaccine entails and what taking it entails. When it comes to the general sense in terms of the COVID-19 situation and whether government really has a handle on that, were you able to gauge the sentiment at all?
So interestingly enough, people felt that they would rather go into level 5 lockdown than actually get the vaccine. 60% of people felt that a level 5 lockdown would fix this current situation better than getting the vaccine, which is quite sad considering that a level 5 lockdown would devastate our economy. I do think that there is a level of distrust with the government at the moment, as the stats were showing. But at the same time, I think it's a lack of education, a lack of understanding. And this is where social media platforms are essentially spreading these conspiracy theories. A lot of people said that they felt that it was 5G networks and air quality that we're giving you corona. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories and fake news that's getting spread at the moment that is resulting in people having these opinions.
That was the CEO of M4Jam, Georgie Midgley. Thank you for your time on News at Prime.
Thank you very much for having me.